So another underrated film in the MCU is Thor: The Dark World. Came out in 2013. Saw it in theaters. Interested in the movie? The premise? What was it going to be about? So the plot of the movie goes: Jane Foster, she goes to London, England. Apparently her seismometer has picked up a rating spike, so she goes to investigate. And she finds some type of invisible portal that can transport matter from one place to another. They don't know that it's a portal, but that's what it is. So her seismometer goes off. She goes around searching the place, and she gets sucked into the portal where she meets the Ether. The Ether is an infinity stone that possesses great power, and she absorbs that power and she becomes dangerous. On Asgard, you have Thor. He is celebrating his victory after the recent events in the Avengers. All the 9 realms are united, and he is celebrating, taking the prisoners to their cells, doing a party. He goes to Heimdall. He wants to know what Jane Foster is doing, but Heimdall can't see Jane, which is unusual because Heimdall can see everybody. So Thor is concerned. He goes to Earth. He meets Jane. First they're talking, they're conversing, everything seems alright. A bunch of police officers approach the construction site, and she like attacks him with ether. Or something happens. And Thor's concerned about what's going on. Jane is not well, and so he takes Jane to Asgard, and they find out what's going on. They find out that she has the ether inside of her, and that ether is the one that is attacking anybody that tries to harm it. It's a defense mechanism. The ether, it's old, that it predates Odin's relics. He has to look through all these textbooks to find out what the ether is. Now the ether is not something to be messed with, because the ether awakens the presence of Malekith the Accursed, a dark elf who created the ether out of darkness. He's going to use the ether for the convergence. This has been a key word that I've heard throughout the MCU for a while. The expansion, the convergence, it's been teased. The convergence is where all the 9 realms come together and Malekith becomes some kind of god or something like that. I don't know. But he was awoken. The ether is kind of like a tracking beacon. He tracks it to Asgard. The Dark Elves invade Asgard. Malekith, he breaks into the castle, the throne room, and he wants Jane Foster because she has the ether in her. However, Thor's mother, Frigga, won't let that happen. And Malekith kills Frigga. Thor comes into the room at the last minute. He's enraged. He chases Malekith out of the building. So Thor wants to plot his revenge. He breaks Loki out of prison. He takes Jane with him, and they're going to go find Malekith. Thor's idea is he's going to do some type of prisoner exchange. He's going to give himself up to Malekith, and Malekith's going to take the ether, and while that process is happening, Thor's going to try to kill Malekith in the ether at the same time. But the plan does not go well at all, because the ether can't be destroyed. Now, so Malekith, he gains possession of the ether. He's able to escape Thor. His minions fight Thor. Loki, and the others that are there. Loki sacrifices himself. He gets killed in the battle. And I feel like he did this to expose that rage that's in Thor. Get Thor on track. So Malekith has the ether. He goes to London to resume the convergence. And Thor has to go to London and stop the convergence. That is basically the plot. Thor is able to beat Malekith. Goes back to Asgard. He tells Odin that he doesn't want to be king. He just wants to do his own thing. And Odin says, "Alright, but I can't give you my blessing." And something intriguing happens. As Thor leaves Asgard, find out that Odin is not Odin. He's actually Loki. Loki did another disappearing act, or another trick. Loki didn't really die in that battle. It was just an illusion. In the first two Thor movies, they kind of exposed Thor as a fool. Because he is, he always falls for Loki's tricks. So I thought that was interesting. Then we get the post-credit scene, and that sets up for Guardians of the Galaxy. Volstagg and Lady Sif, they take the ether to the collector. And that's basically it. That's basically it for the movie. The movie itself, Thor: Dark World, I think it's brilliant. 10 out of 10. Like the movie's darker. This is probably the darkest Thor movie. They also explored the mystical side of things. The first film explored the Shakespearean side of things. This one explores the mystic arts. It's dark, it's mystical, and it's like Malekith, Christopher Eccleston. Malekith is not a man to be messed with. He killed Freegan. That's big. And this before Thanos, Malekith is my favorite villain in the MCU. No one has done what this guy did. No one has ever tried to kill Thor's mother. And who else has done something like that? Thor's mother was raised by witches. Witchcraft, sorcery. The fact that he did that makes him really powerful. Malekith is not a man to be messed with. So I thought that he was the perfect villain for this movie. I thought he was a good villain. Thor: Dark World's not everyone's favorite movie, but I happen to find myself to enjoy it. So 10 out of 10, that is my thoughts on Thor: The Dark World.